Hey, what up, y'all? This is another episode of Dopedilla TV Radio. I'm CleoBadashian.
And I'm LinaCreated.
You know, we always got hot topics to talk to you about. So we're not going to talk your head off about cryptocurrency. I know you need a break. You can only take in but so much information. We love you hoes anyway. Okay, so we got juicy topics for you today. So we're going to talk about the verses with Omarion and Mario B2KJ book. I'm not going to ruin it for you or spoil it for you. So let's jump right in it because we know you hoes got to get back to whatever it is you do with your life when you're not with us. So first, we're going to go over the verses, Omarion versus Mario. Okay, so here we go with a little clip, 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
These are the highlights of the show. If you missed it, it was about 4 hours long. They was able to whittle it down to 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So we're going to get all the little bright spots of the show and get a gist of what happened. So let's go.
I'll keep you moving with body. I'll be the DJ that turns this private party. Sing your favorite song. Sing your number, put it on repeat. Let's go. Well, I wish I know being in love. So feel me, pretty baby. Make one wish and I wish it all on you. Making love to the break of dawn. Me and you to the baby's born.
Ray J, you have to come in for the sound check, man. Just winging it. Making yourself look untalented, which we know you can sing. You can sing it. You have to practice sometimes.
Yo, Ray J, my boy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say what we all been thinking. Cause if I had one wish, you would stop singing, bro. Your voice just now. If I had one. Yo.
You're right. I don't know if they're ready yet. Niggas in the back practicing. I'm hitting with the. Niggas in the back practicing. Right the beer. In the back, listen to Eminem.
They thought their comedian fell on stage.
Yes, I love DJ.
Y'all niggas sound crazy.
I think this is when I woke up and realized it was on.
Oh,
This was so cringe.
Somewhere to
Yo, come get your.
They don't. Do they practice?
Flow, bro. Get your motherfucking
Why's he-
ass up.
Oh, this show was funny.
It was
And
very
we don't
cringe.
know this shit.
Oh my
Bobby
goodness.
V and Sammy going at it.
They only knew that one in Atlanta too. Hey, stop it. They only knew that one. You might as well put that one with my person. They only knew that. We only knew that one in Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. I knew that one.
I know you do. So what are you talking about, little man? You a Sammy
The
fan?
real Sammy fans. I'm a Sammy fan.
I
Yeah,
know you are.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love Bobby V
They don't
too.
know that shit, but they know this shit right here though.
Bobby V, you are
Shouty
too
been
kind
I
of
me.
I was told only whores listen to that song when I kept playing it at home.
Okay,
If you missed the versus battle, it went a little like this.
Yeah, y'all thought it was over, didn't you?
They get money and they enjoy
What's the
food.
shade?
Say Mario.
Can you guys do that? And he just left. Ooh. That's embarrassing.
Basic.
Have a seat.
Like
Have a seat with your boy. You saw what he did? He respected that. No, have a seat, my nigga.
What was that?
He respected that.
What was that?
He respected that shit. Thank you. I love you, brother. Thank you.
It could get ugly, but it's not my verses. I love y'all.
Big money.
It's not my verses. Where you leaving? Like,
Tank, you right about one thing, Tank. This is not your verses.
Hey, but look, I'm gonna be honest. This shit gonna go down in history, so I'm glad you came to help my boy out. You feel me? He really needed that, and I'm to make some noise because he brought out, he helped. He had a few people that kind of helped him a little bit. But I'm gonna dedicate this one to my fans in the comments right now, man. This for y'all.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
he chews like David too.
Turn your game down a little.
This show is like.
Wait, turn your game down just a little. It's too close. Either too close to the microphone.
I'm so far away, I'm so all I wanna do is give you all of me now.
You better eat that whole fruit. Don't waste it.
Are you ready?
He got, look.
Fight it. Fight it, Amarian. Fight it.
What's she saying?
And put that up on my chest. Y'all, I'm so annoyed. If you're my age range, my age group, I know you were looking forward to tonight's versus Omarion versus Mario. But did you see what they gave us? First of all, they played us in the beginning, like the first couple hours. Like, they're never considerate about us on the East Coast. Like, why would they do the verses so late? Like, they stall so long. They had Ray J and Sammy and Bobby V and Pleasure P.
California is like a selfish
arguing
bitch.
and
She
singing
just
and
doesn't
stuff,
want to mingle with anyone
a hot
else.
mess. They acting like they were rappers beefing. Like, what was that? And then when they finally come out, when Omarion and Mario finally come out, that's what they give us? Omarion's vocals elsewhere. I don't know where his vocals was at. Mario sounded good. I'll give it to Mario. But I was rooting for Omarion. So I'm really disappointed here. Like, that watermelon is not going to save you, bro.
Eat it. Bite it. Yes, Amarian. Bite it. You gave it to someone. Who's going to eat that?
I'm throwing that shit out.
That was an 8-hour shift.
I definitely don't want to eat after you.
Did Ray J use all of his wishes? They should have asked for more than one wish. My wish would have been that he was on key. Hey, ain't nothing you can say to me. I love Ray J. I've been a fan since Steel. Google it. Starred him and Shaquille O'Neal. He was more off key than a broken piano. More off key than a former fan of Alicia. They not gonna get that. Why did you do that joke? More off key than a TV drug deal. Was it just me or was Omarion flat? Because he was flatter than a Pepsi that's been out all night. Flatter than vegan pancakes. Or can he not sing? I know he can dance. That boy can dance. He was flatter than a basic butt before implants. Where was B2K? This was no time to have pride.
Skip him. He got joke after joke.
Calling yourself. And he still did been through enough. If anybody deserves the Be More Mario thing, he said, where was the great thing? I'm just saying.
Made the video.
That watermelon thing was so gross. I was like, ew.
It was just cringy.
It was.
Because of the cringe.
And then he looked up at us while he was
The
chewing
thing
it.
is
That's
that it
what made
works on social media, and the thing is that it's not even your thing; it's your brother's thing. Orion does that, and it's sexy when Orion does it. When you do it, it's kind of cringe. I don't know. I don't know why, but it's just not. Yeah.
His brother's name is Orion.
Orion, yeah. Orion, you know who Orion is? Orion is Janelle Monáe, not Janelle Monáe, Janae Aiko's baby father.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look. Orion. I don't know how to look for it. I give up. But yeah, I don't know who that is. Yeah. So what does he do? Lick the watermelon and stuff?
It's just kind of like just more hotter. He's just like more of a real sensitive guy. Like he's like something like a 3, but not so feminine. Like he's still masculine, but he's just much more sensitive. He's like earthy type of person. Omarion just seems like he's kind of putting on, unfortunately.
All right, let me look for this video because I can't imagine anyone eating watermelon.
Orion, just put on Orion. It's just O with Ryan. The name Ryan.
Oh, Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Eating watermelon. That's the first thing up here.
Just put fruit.
Oh,
because he eats all kinds of fruit. I don't think that's the only thing he eats.
His brother's a pretty bitch. Like, he's literally pretty.
Who, Omarion?
His brother.
Orion?
Like, he's pretty.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, I would have to take off my background.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. Oh my God, that's like.
I know how he looks though. He's cute.
I'm trying to find.
I always liked him because he was always down to earth. Like when you would see like him and Kyla Pratt, all of them would always be on social media. They was on MySpace. They were on another thing they came before MySpace.
Yeah.
And they were just like on it like regular people. You would see them.
I don't like how he used the word. I just don't want to see that. I'm good.
I think anything sexual adjacent just weirds you out. That's how I think.
No, I just have my preferences. It's just to me, that's like, because I don't equate that with it. Just to me, I just see you eating fruit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah. It's not that it's gross to me. Like, I'm just like, I'm good.
Let me see. B2K. So B2K had some few choice words for Omarion when he lost the battle. And they went back and forth. They went back and forth. Back and forth.
Back and forth.
See how long this is your guy here. Let's see if they got B2K, and J-Bug.
I never really got into B2K. Even when they were out, I wasn't really aware of them.
I love them. You know what I didn't get into? When Bow Wow and Romeo were going back and forth and people were like picking sides. I didn't like neither of them. Only time
I didn't know about none of this.
You know when
I was out of the loop.
When Bow Wow came on scene, I think in like 2006, and he was like, "Let's get down. You're really, really nice to meet you." I was like, hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Who is he? That's what
I don't remember. Probably because I wasn't watching TV and on the radio like that.
You didn't watch like 106.
I heard of B2K, but I really didn't know who they were.
You didn't used to watch like 106 and Park and stuff. So yeah, you would have missed it.
Yeah, I missed everything.
Nice to meet you, Ma. You really, really feeling your style.
What happened?
Let's get down. Poor Bow Wow. Listen,
Okay.
Bow Wow fell off because he just became male centric. He always want to appeal to men, and men are not your demographic. You're supposed to be trying to be nice to women. You just act like an ass all the time, like you're trying to make men. You're that guy.
He is.
Who
That's
the
what
hell
he does.
cares about other guys? Like, why do you care about what other guys think? That's really like.
He wants their approval.
No.
Oh, well, you see how he treats girls in real life. Someone I know who isn't that nice to women.
Yeah, but that makes you
What's
look
daddy?
really gay. Makes you look real homo.
Okay.
Homosexual.
Juicy fruit.
Here we go. Let's see. Okay, here. So Omarion basically called, I think she's probably going to say in this video, but basically he said that they were his background singers, which is why he didn't need them.
I kind of seen it that way because you just kept hearing Omarion's voice. But every group, they always know when they have somebody who's like
yeah,
the
but it's
front
not
man.
that simple. It's not that simple. You're going to see.
But I had to hop on here and talk to you guys about this whole versus situation. This past versus, Omarion versus Mario, was a mess. It was a mess. And after the verses and during the verses, Omarion was kind of saying that he didn't need the group B2K. Mario was saying that Omarion brought everybody but the guys he needed, which was B2K. And Omarion kind of sounded like he didn't need B2K. And he actually made a post and called them his backup dancers. So now J Boog is responding to Omarion calling him a backup dancer. But first, let's get into exactly what Omarion said, and then we'll get into all the tea, because it's a lot of tea that J Boog spilled. All right, so Omarion made this post on Instagram, and he said, "Peace, family. I had a photo shoot this morning for my Hello Beautiful magazine cover, so forgive me for being late to the party. I want to take a moment to thank everyone for tuning into Versus last night. Thank you, Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, for being trendsetters and providing this incredible platform for artists. I had a great time." It ain't look like it. He said, "Streams going up, by the way. Shout out to @Mario R&B for the win. Looking forward to our next performance on July 29th at the MGM Grand Harbor in DC, where you will open up for me per usual. And yes, there will be a sound check that date, and this time we won't use your front of the house sound man." He's like, "I love all the jokes and opinions. Y'all are hilarious. I'm enjoying the creativity. If you're lucky enough to be in this business for 22 years, you understand that at some point you will experience malfunctions. It comes with being an artist and making yourself vulnerable to the world. But to my 3 background dancers, I'm not surprised because this is how y'all always been, even while in the group, praying for my downfall. Well, keep praying because I'm overbooked and busy. Meanwhile, y'all got to get a job other than hating on I heard UPS is hiring." And so in the tea that you're about to get, that is what J Boog is responding to when he called them his backup dancers. J Boog just made a post on Instagram not that long ago. And he said in the caption, he said, "I'll just leave this here. The lies and BS stops here. No post will be made after this. Just a little truth for those who want to know the real. @Omarion." And in it, this is like a whole story that he wrote. But he said, "It's sad when you see ones you grew up with, but also you grew up, turn out the way they do. The wise lead the future wizards. I'll be that, the wise one. You shouldn't have been in a rush to get class. Now you're a 5th-year senior playing ball with a GPA of 2.3, barely passing. Yikes. If this don't work, LOL. Remember the kids you clown for not having the fashion, but at the award ceremony in school, they were the ones winning principal's honor roll. Yeah, you were cool then, but they were focused. That's probably going to be your boss in the future. It probably sucks to be a slave to something you gave your life to, but never mastered. Now you stuck in this with no options to be on top, and now your view is from the bottom looking up." So he's given kind of like an analogy to start with. And he said, "You're on the bottom looking up, admiring your spot you once held, not able to conquer it ever again. Time spent in a selfish mindset, not valuing the gems right next to you. Learning from nothing, earning no knowledge from the geniuses amongst you. At night, I know you wonder to yourself, what am I doing wrong? To not accept the blessing that was put into your life, a life that me and you know you were living, you're ungrateful. Fame is a hell of a drug. I know when we were together as a group, you wanted to be the most famous, aka the most favorite, but that wasn't the case. Fizz and Boog were the favorites, and you couldn't understand that because you sung all the leads by old school group design. But the guy who only talked on the track and in interviews, me, and the other guy who rapped on our singles, Fizz, were getting more love than you. That's not my fault. But I never was mad that I could sing on your level but never got a chance. I was just a young boy from Compton, happy to be a part of the group and out of my situation. I was always more of a talent than how I was used, but yet I'm still grateful. I was a part of a machine. You give off the impression as if you've done me a favor. Shall I take you back to when, because of your vocal, we visited every record label in the business and was turned down twice? You were singing in the background for a minute when Max Goose brought in another lead singer to try and make the record sound better to help him try and get us the deal. So there was going to be a whole different lead singer in B2K because they weren't getting deals with Omarion singing lead. So keep that in mind when you hear the tea that he's about to spill. And he says, when that happened, who stood for you? We did. And we went to management and said, we rolling with, we not bringing nobody else in. And we stood by your side when we were told if we didn't get a deal on our next meeting, we were getting dropped. Now let's think about those odds per the history of our other meetings. This thing we call B2K was never the Omarion show. It was more like a circus, and each guy brought a special attraction, and collectively it was fun to watch. Watching you only lets me know that you were not really paying attention to what was making you Omarion, because without us around, it's clear you can't tap back into him. You look lost, almost like you're looking for us to feed off of. He said you were never a solo artist. You are a fame hog, and that got the best of you. The fact that everyone wasn't screaming Omarion drove you crazy because you were giving it all you had. LMAO. Standing next to us was really hard for you. So you took your opportunity to lead and only be seen by yourself. So if anybody showed up, even if it was 5 people, they were there to see you. To be a part of a brand that is bigger than you is hard for you to accept, but one who tears down his own work is a poisoned individual. To call me a background dancer is funny. Shall we discuss the truth? So this is the tea. This is why Omarion didn't sound like the record at the verses last night. He said, I was there and you were not in the booth for a lot of the vocals that were put on those songs. From your lead vocal not fully being you. Listen to that first album. You'll hear Steve Russell in and out of those leads and the hooks the first album until I took over on the second album. So basically he's naming the other person, just like Ashanti sung for J-Lo. He's saying that Steve Russell sung for Omarion, like it's a mix of both of their voices on the album. And he said me landing a lead on our second single, F With You, because our first #1 single, Bump, 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 I sang the hook on it, and it brought attention to the label that the group was able to evolve. And Troy Taylor made the call and put me on the first verse of Girlfriend after I had already sung that hook earlier that day. It was written all over your face because me and Fizz talked about it that day at the session. I was already more loved in the group by the fans, and now I had a lead. You knew it was a wrap for you. It didn't help that Fizz was most popular and the label had already gave him a solo deal before you ever had a conversation with them about one. Tell the truth when you try and lie to the people because the lack of their knowledge on this situation. Shall we talk about why you broke up the group originally? This is more to you guys. He says you were looking for a way out before anything ever happened. And because a chick you liked that didn't like you got smashed, you went and did the ultimate snake stuff. You took a bonding conversation amongst us boys that normally brought us closer and took the information and ratted us out. So I guess they had a conversation about the girl. Leave it in the comments if you want me to do a video about the girl that broke them up. But it sounds like they had a conversation about her where they were sharing secrets. And then Omarion took that conversation and ratted them out. It sounds like that's what he's saying. He said, we always thought those conversations were confidential, just between us. But you knew what you were doing. We had rules. No messing around on the road with a bunch of girls. We confided in you the mistakes we made, and you went home and told on us, getting us kicked out the house and breaking the group up. And this is, I believe, when he says kicked out the house, I believe is when they lived in a house together, from my understanding. And he says Omarion got them kicked out the house and broke the group up over a chick. He said, you knew that business was already shaky because of us wanting to renegotiate our deal. So you took that opportunity to throw us off the ship and take the boat. Got your mama a house and your brother a deal to turn your back on your boys. Same thing you did with the tour. You was broke in 2018 and major debt from taking loans. I got the recording of you begging me, literally begging me to sign my contract for the tour because I wasn't going. The money was not worth it. And he said, quote, come on, Boogie, just do it. Let's do it for our kids. Let's just get this money. And he said, yeah, that was you. And soon as the fire was back lit, you threw us off the ship and took off with the boat again. Funny thing is, every time you took off with the boat, you got jacked for it. Chris Brown took your career and Bow Wow just took your tour. SMFH. That's what happens when you try and use people as a launch pad. It's levels to this O, and I'm here to break it down for you. So all this stuff that happened to you probably makes sense to the world now on why it happened. You throw stones and hide your hands. I saw your whack show in the Millennium Tour too, kicking down our chairs. You didn't do that night we was on stage with you in LA though. LOL, y'all. Slick comment on TV.
He kicked their chairs down?
On the Shade Room, I am B2K. And the verses claiming them is all your vocal on the B2K records. And he said, you lame for all this, fam. Don't run from your legacy. What we did in such a short time is still a major topic. B2K will forever be your origin, and from the looks of it, the peak for your career. Omarion is a brand. I give you that, but it's not bigger.
All right. Well, I'll say this much. I know in the industry, behind the scenes, people will strongly suggest for you to do things that are like out of your character and things that seem a little, messed up. Like, we're going to need you to get rid of these dudes, or it just got to a point where I think what happens in like a competition or survival when somebody wants have it all, and then you're surrounded by people that have it all, and you see the fame, you get a taste of it, and it's like, oh, I want more. I don't need y'all anyway. You know what I mean? You don't really need to be here. And we already know what it is. You don't know your backup dancers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you sing good, but right now, I guess Omarion Saw was like, I am the front man. It's my opportunity. Like, I have to take it. Because if they be like, we're not going to sign you, that means I got to start from scratch. And if I don't, push myself up, we might just disappear into the background. I'm not having that. I got to do what I got to do. So sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that the guy there, what's his name? That guy, the manager.
Chris Stokes. Can we talk about that too?
Yeah, we're
they
going to talk about
Chris
it.
Strokes.
Yeah, they call him Chris Strokes. Yeah, no, the crazy part is that, obviously Raspy came forward with those information and actually like a confession, audio confession of this guy saying, oh, he doesn't do that anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like all was out there for about 10 years and nothing is happening to this guy. You know what I mean?
Nothing's going to happen to him. They all do it.
And you see that guy, J Book, the one that wrote that long ass letter to Omarion. He basically is still cool with Marcus Houston because that's his cousin. That's his actual cousin. Marcus Houston is J Book's real cousin, and then Marcus Houston is mad tight with Chris Stokes. They're mad close, so he's still rubbing up with them or whatever. And so you can't really talk about traitors, you know what I mean? And you know that this guy molested and raped your bandmate, and you still like cool with him and stuff like that, whatever. And so I just feel like J Book got a lot to. Hasn't been solid himself. None of them have been solid. They're all very shaky individuals. They got a shaky past. They didn't stand up for Raspy, you know what I mean? They let him be taken advantage of because apparently it was happening to all of them except for Omarion, but we don't know, no people have said stuff happened to Omarion, but Omarion denies it and everyone else did say it like that, can't hear you, you're muted.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. No, I was saying, of course, Omarion's not going to say anything. You know what I mean? Even if he is, suck a little of this, take a little of that, I'm going to be on top. They said no worries.
I'm going to be on top. Yeah. I don't know. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing, and you know, it kind of put a little bit of perspective on it. But end of the day, y'all, it looks like Lil Fizz is always stealing girls from Omarion. You know what I mean? It's treating him funny, doing fucked up shit, and then he keeps taking him back, like he's, you know, keeps going back friends with him, even though he's kind of a snake, you know. Even got with his baby mother. You know that Omarion's baby mother is with that guy from The Best Man.
The bald guy?
The bald
Chestnut
guy.
or something?
Not Morris Chestnut, the one that I don't find him attractive at all. I don't know why.
Oh, the one who always plays the villain?
No, the one that plays like, he was in Kinky Boots. He was in he does a little bit of, he seems like he had a white wife and he was getting a lot of grief for it. I forgot his name. I really forgot his name because he's just not my favorite. I'm still not a big fan. But she's with him now, you know, and they're just busy being corny together. It's awesome.
Having a ball at it.
Having a ball. Yeah. But anyway, that was the verses, and then we saw how the response was, because Omarion got spanked by Mario, and then B2K, all the members of B2K tweeted out that he got served, and then he responded basically saying, oh, well, you know, I had a great time. Thanks for giving me this opportunity versus, and, you know, shout out to my backup singers. And that's what got J-Bug's back up. And that's why he sent that long read.
Yeah, that was years worth of writing.
That was a lot of writing. That guy took a break, took a nap, and came back and continued to write in his notes app, and then copied and pasted it into his caption, because that's how tight he was. He was very, very bad. But I feel like there's some truth to it, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, Omarion, you didn't really do it all on your own. With your vocals, you got a little bit of a voice like any of us, but you ain't got that beat, that voice that we thought you had. It's not quite there, unfortunately, but I still love you, baby. You're still sexy. You're still sexy, Virgo. But yeah, that's all I think of it.
Just a big mess. It's just a big gay mess, darling.
Yes.
And that's a big gay mess. Or not just a big gay mess. It's a molestation mess.
Yes.
It's a predatory mess.
Yes.
It's a ruse. It's an ego mess. It's a narcissist mess.
Yes.
It's a backstabbing mess.
Yes.
It's just drama. I think it needs a movie, but it needs to. If they would have portrayed a movie, I want to hear from Raspy. That's the one that was
Yeah, Raspy.
Yeah, I just think of Raspberry. That's how I remember his name.
Raspy is his actual cousin. You was running up in your own cousin? And Quentin Tarver is the name of the guy that was everybody singing, everybody screaming. The guy from Romeo and Juliet. He was singing that song. He ended up with vitiligo on his face like this, and he was still trying to sing and all that. The guy was coming out with the information. He was teaming up with Raspy, and all of a sudden he got in a car accident and dead.
Hold on, so the guy just now who you said sung and was trying to sing, was he a molester?
He was molested.
Oh, okay, because I laughed because I was like, we said the vitiligo came. I'm like, the universe trying to do something.
Yeah, but I think that's stressing, you know, trauma.
Oh my God.
Like voodoo or fucking something that.
Well, those people do magic.
Yeah, I bet.
I told you what happened with I'm gonna say it on here. I told you what happened with James, right? And he went over to the studio. This is while we were in cahoots. So when he came home from the studio, he told me about the weirdness, like how his voice just changed, like when it's just real stuff. And I seen it myself. Like, you gotta be careful. That's why I don't leave my hair around. You know what I mean? When I spit or something, I'm careful where I spit. You gotta be careful. These people doing magic, what makes you think they're not? That's why in Disney and stuff, they make you think magic's a joke. If you pay attention to that show, Once Upon a Time, you know, it's a town full of people that don't know they're magical, don't know who they were, kings and queens and princesses. And it's the real. it's the real story.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on.
That's the
people
story
that keep
of
the secret are the
America, I
ones
believe.
using the magic.
That's the story of America, I believe. That's why everybody's just blank and calling themselves black, because they don't have any clue. It's like this, all the memories have gone. And so you don't know who the hell you are. You just think you're regular.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably the same in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Probably the same over in the UK. You know, the people over there don't know that's all theirs. They just think they're African descent brought over there. Some are, you know, whatever.
Yeah, because the thing is that we did a lot of traveling. There's a whole lot of travel, a lot of aviation. You know, not aviation like traveling, not aviation. Aviation is flying, but you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of traveling all around the world, way before.
Probably was doing that too.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who knows? Because there was a lot of technology. There's a lot of like empires and stuff we don't know shit about. Yeah. So.
You know, and then your enemy comes in looking opposite of you. You know, long straight hair, brighter skin. You know, that attracted a lot of the men. So that messed up a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? That messed up a lot of stuff. They came in with you know, the tricks of the trades or whatever, because they weren't going back to how things were. So it was like, just take on over, take everything, blah blah blah. These people don't know better.
The thing is that it's just a slow process, just like hip hop. You see how hip hop slowly got like, now it's a white man's dominion, you know?
Yeah. It wasn't. I don't think it belonged to black people very long. If I'm honest, by the 80s, it was already out of their hands.
No. It's Eminem is the one who got it out of there.
What about Vanilla Ice? And what about those Jewish?
He was still, you know what I mean? He's still considered popish. He wasn't like a hip hop artist. Never considered hip hop. He was always like still pop and doing the jumping.
Okay, it was just that song.
Yeah, it was just like.
Because I'm thinking behind the scenes. I'm thinking of the people cutting the checks. The people get to say what records go.
Oh, but
because
that's what I'm saying. That the record companies. Oh, because the thing is that we don't build our own infrastructure. We always go and go into. Sometimes we do build our own infrastructure, but we don't. You see, like you got a small record company. I got a small record company. There's this big record company that wants to buy me. Instead of us combining, we'll let ourselves get sold.
Yeah, just get sucked up into the vacuum and lost.
Either that or you will sell and I'll fight for my thing. But because I'm so small and you've added onto them, you're giving them all the ideas, you're telling them how the black community works, they swallow and you're happy because you think you're on a board of directors and you know what I mean, you getting a check and your family's going to be good, but our whole infrastructure is over with. There's no infrastructure. The whole thing is that you're not going to get to a certain point. You're going to get to a certain point and you have to combine. You have to like become larger. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten up by a bigger entity. That's what we don't understand. You can't stay small and be these individual entities and still beat these big conglomerates. It just doesn't function like that. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to just let you be. They're always going to want to take up your market share. So, yeah.
Well, they say strength in numbers, but I say the big monster's eating y'all up. You know, you're like, when it comes to numbers, you're like the Skittles in a bag getting eaten by a person. Soon to get shitted out, but was quite delicious while it lasted.
Num, num, num. Yeah. So what's next on the list there, Clee?
Let's see what we got, kiddo. We did the versus Omarion. We got into B2K. Now we talk about Raz-B shuts up after the other members are murdered.
Yeah, that guy Quindon Tarver got killed last year, like late last year, in a car accident out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Because he was talking about the situation and all that, and he was teaming up with Raz-B. They just got rid of him, and then Raz-B hasn't said a word since. He didn't even say like, because that was his homeboy. He didn't even say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this." Or
oh no.
He was
that
like,
was a warning.
Yes, that was a warning. That really was.
And Raz-B can't say anything because I'm gonna tell you how the public works and how social media works. It's your fault he's dead. All you had to do was take that dick and shut up, just like the rest of everyone else in the industry. And it's like, that's like when somebody, the CIA comes to your family and they kill your brother because both of y'all been hacking and stuff. You're not going to go and, oh, I'm sorry he died. You're going to keep your mouth shut because now people are going to want reasons. They're going to start asking you questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was more like turn around, go to Costa Rica, have fun with your wife. This never happened. Don't even feel sorry. Don't say anything. These people are going to ask you questions. Just go and be angry in silence, or else you're next. Because that's why we did it. We like you, Raspy.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
But we need you to shut up. Oh, you want to shut up? Okay. Knock this nigga off.
Yeah.
You get it now? We're not playing. That's part of the fear. Because somebody will say, well, why he didn't just kill Raspy? Because we need him to be the front man of what we're saying. Okay? So the rest of y'all that's thinking of doing what he's doing, hold on, let's just put him up here real quick. Don't get rid of him yet. He's the example. Kill him. Okay, you saw how I killed him? That's going to be you. So anyone that looks like this thing here, if you keep doing what he's doing, you're going to get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to be the living example. It doesn't make sense to kill you.
He got rid of his witness too. He got rid of like a corroborator. Like you're not, even if you do try to take me to court, it's over because you ain't got nobody to say, okay, yeah, that happened to me too.
Right. And part of it's torture because we're keeping you alive. And we're gonna keep playing with you like cat and mouse. Yeah, we're having fun with you. It's not ready to go yet.
He was having anxiety attacks when they first did the Millennium Tour, the first one, and Chris Stokes showed up on the thing. He was like having an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
So he's his rapist. The guy is a rapist.
And you gotta act like nothing happened in front of all these people.
Bro.
And just kick it and twist and dance and sing.
No, sir. Terrible. Let's just hope he gets locked up soon. I hope you go the way of R. Kelly. You gotta go.
Yeah, they got money. They'll probably live like mafia men and jail, like wise guys.
You need to not be free. That's crazy. Yeah. How you still free and you did this and it's so obvious everybody knows.
Because he's part of the gang. When you part of the gang, you do. That's like being a cop and you shoot somebody. Don't get offended, officers. You know what I'm talking about. Let's act like we know what I'm talking about. That's like being part of the gang. And you shoot somebody. We're not telling. That's not our business. But if you get too sloppy, we're gonna have to act like you're not part of the family. Don't go embarrassing us. Other than that, we'll keep your secret. If it gets too messy, I'm sorry, I don't have enough mops. My hands are tired, the back just went out. Good luck.
You gotta get out of here. I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next on the list?
All right, so now we're going to get into Roe versus Wade. So we're going from baby touchers to baby killers? Big question mark. Let's get into it.
Okay, so it's a Supreme Court ruling that being able to abort a baby, your right to abort in the United States should be a constitutional right, and that's based on a woman in 1973. It was decided on the 22nd of January 1973. That you should be able to have an abortion because it's a constitutional right. And she was 25 years old, single mother, single woman, Norma McCorvey, using the pseudonym Jane Roe. Oh, okay, that wasn't even her real name. Challenged the criminal abortion laws in Texas. And it didn't get done until 4 years later.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so what it was I was on TikTok and it was on Facebook too real quick. So basically it was like, they were like, what is this all about? She didn't even get the abortion. You know what I mean?
Oh, the thing is that she was on, I think she didn't have the abortion because it took 4 years. So maybe if she didn't have the abortion, she wanted to get an abortion, couldn't get an abortion.
Right, but it was dragged on so long.
Yeah. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know if that for sure, but that's what makes sense because the court case took place in 1969 and it didn't get done until 1973.
Just stretched it along. Well, it's a harsh decision for women to make. You know, of course, you got those hard bitches out there. They just be doing it. You know what I mean? But it's like, first of all, babies are adorable as hell. They're small and innocent, you know. But some people have good reasons. Like if someone coerced you in a pregnancy, they didn't pull out like they said they would. They wouldn't wear a condom. It was a rape. You know what I mean? And you really don't have the means. And then you have some people that tell you don't do it, God will provide. But who wants to suffer? You know what I mean?
Take advantage of this. People take advantage of others. People take advantage of others, and so you know what I mean. You can't really judge people, you know what I mean, as to what their reasons are and the reason why they decide to do certain things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very, very complex situation, but at the end of the day, too, there's two sides of it. There's people that make it a cultural thing where, you know what I mean, they could be negligent and then they could just chop the baby out and feel no way.
Yeah.
There's no thought process to it. They
no feelings.
They consider the baby a bowl of cells. I've heard that so many times. No matter how far along with your pregnancy, they think of it as a bowl of cells. It's like, so aren't we all a bowl of cells? It's like, think about it both ways. Like, I understand, like, it's not every baby you want to bring to the world because it make you unsafe because of who the father is or what your situation is, you know what I mean? It's just gonna spiral your situation. It's totally understandable. But at the end of the day, you can't be just repeatedly, there's so many people that's repeatedly making that same mistake, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? There's the other thing, the nuance of it is that there's no other fail safes. Like there's nothing to make you reconsider that situation. It's like if there was some sort of thing like that would take care of your baby until you're able to take care of it, and then you could take back custody of your baby without, you know what I mean, losing your baby altogether. Maybe people wouldn't, you know, maybe there would be people that would be able to consider other options. There's no thing like to take care of you while you're pregnant. Like if you're already living paycheck to paycheck and you get pregnant, you know, there's nothing to make sure that you don't lose your home and
no security.
There's nothing to make you secure. And then also the hands on deck. You might not have any family, you may not have anyone that can help you because it's a hard job, you know. So if you ain't got the father of the baby, you ain't got no family, it might just be a really hard decision to make, you know. Either way. I just don't like what I don't like about the pro-abortionists is the culture of like fuck them kids and like just being flippant about it and just evil, being really, really wicked about it, like all that cutting it out and just smushing, and I just feel like it's very heartless, very cold, and you know. And a lot of people that have their abortions and then they end up having that attitude is because they just feel like they had no other options. So it's like, give people other options, you know, take away a lot of the avoidable things so that people can be able to get, you know, make a real good choice. You know, they're having abortion because there's no other way. There's literally no other way. It can't be done, you know.
Thank you. There was people saying, you know, once they take away abortion, it was a podcast with LGBTQ the rest of the alphabet podcast, and one of the guys was saying, you know, when you take this away, now you're going to see YouTube videos showing people how to make potions and, you know, other ways to have self-induced abortions, opening the door towards other ways, you know what I mean, kind of like underground BBLs and stuff like that. People are going to find other ways, unsafe ways. I can't imagine with a hanger. I'm like, did y'all use the sharp part?
I think that's very friggin' unlikely. Like, they're talking about some prehistoric ways where You know what I mean? People didn't know about like different things that you could do. No one's gonna shove a hanger up their vagina to try to get rid of a baby because you're trying to kill yourself like that. You know what I mean? That you're literally trying to kill yourself because you may do all that. And not even the baby might not even get nowhere near, and you just stab yourself in the goddamn.
Oh my God! Stop! I don't even mention that. That's like talking to a guy about getting kicked in the penis.
It sounds like someone that doesn't have very much critical thinking skill. You're talking about maybe a 12-year-old or someone like that. You know what I mean? You're not talking about a grown person.
Yeah, you got to take the hanger and then go through the cervix, which is the size of the tip of a pencil.
Right, and this is like, you're not going to know where to. That's unlikely. It sounds like you're talking about the 1800s. So you're talking about 1800s where people just had no clue how how else it could be done.
But people aren't going to be really doing that today. But I'm just saying, somebody might try it. That's the worst way. But people are going to be doing things like, putting aspirin or using certain things.
Using different herbs, but people do that anyway. You think everyone that wants an abortion goes to get a real abortion? Most people, a lot of people don't. A lot of people try.
Because some people got to go out of the state.
Yeah, not only that, some people just don't want to be faced with that embarrassment of actually going and taking your baby out. Some people want to find some way to get rid of it themselves. You know what I mean? A lot of people
quietly. So it's your secret, right?
That. So it's like, what is different? What is different?
Exactly. I mean, I guess the people that were originally been in the clinic, it gets narrowed. Okay, well, who's desperate? Some girls, if they can't go to the clinic, they can't get the pill, they can't do the surgical, they're going to find another way. And then you have those that, the ones that wouldn't do it without it. They're not going to do it at all. They just might keep the baby. It's like,
they might keep the baby, and there may be some abandoning of babies, and that's something that they should be preparing for.
You remember that in the 80s? People keep finding babies in the garbage, and in the 90s, people kept finding the garbage. Or in the tree, in the forest, or someone goes hiking and there's a baby just randomly. You know what I mean?
I think the next topic is about the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, and I feel like a lot of the information that came through. The reason why this is getting done at the same time, I feel like it's connected with the whole child trafficking thing, with the whole adrenochrome thing, because I feel like that industry has something to do with the abortions, like the volume of abortions. Like, imagine you encourage a bunch of people to think that this is an option for them, and you know what I mean? And it's like
ritual.
Thousands, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of all these fetuses. You know what I mean? And then they have a value on the black market. It's not like it has no value. So really think about it. If that's an industry and they're encouraging you to do it, you gotta really think, like, why are they encouraging this? You know what I mean? Why are they not creating industries to protect babies so that you don't have to feel like you have to make that choice? Because a lot of the pro-abortionist people, their main thing is like, there's nothing out there for living children, babies that are born. They only care about the babies while they're still in the womb, which is absolutely true. It's like people go into the foster care system over little things, even when they have family that want them, much less family that don't want them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in that foster care system, they get abused and all kinds of crazy shit happens to them, and no one gives a fuck to go and make sure that this not happening. You get what I'm saying? So the main thing is that they need to be better systems. They need to be better like nursery programs and ways to take care of these babies and help young mothers, help at-risk people to be able to maintain their families and get on a good footing. You get what I'm saying? Put everybody on a good footing and stop this scarcity. This is false scarcity.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They don't want that. If I'm supreme evil, I want mad bitches killing their babies, because when you look at the symbols on the clinics, they're with us. So every time a baby gets killed, that's another blood sacrifice. Not only that, we're going to use that body. Okay. Not only that, people that are on our side, which is the what do you call it? I'm not going to say superior race. What is the word? The dominant race. The ones that are dominating at the moment. We want more of them. We tell them to adopt or put their kids in foster care. But the other ones, the people we don't really want around, kill your baby. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is that the reason why they need this to be overturned a lot of the time too is because, you know, the white people, they are not producing as much as they are passing away.
Yeah.
So their numbers are going down, they're dwindling down. And so now they need to make sure that they stop aborting, because these white bitches are aborting them babies like crazy.
I know.
It's not a us problem, really. They try to make everything a us problem so that we will get up in a row, and that we will able to push the culture which way they want it to be pushed. You know what I mean? Because they know that we are the influential ones, right? So every single thing that happens, whether it's to do with us or not, like the January 6th, that shit had nothing to do with us. But they do this association game where they associate when it's
benefiting.
Yeah, they are associated with Proud Boys, and they associate the Proud Boys with Trump. And so now Trump is like this trigger for all black people, most black people. The minute you say Trump, they get all up in, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. He's
and
so
they really
racist.
don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know what they're talking about because they went and put this guy in office. This nigga in office right now is the biggest fucking racist. You got countless videos of him talking about how our black men are like super predators, and then you got the other one. The vice president. The vice president was the one responsible for putting them into prison, and she was top cop.
Because she's Aryan. She's Aryan Indian. She's an Aryan.
Exactly. What are we talking about?
She's not a Negro, like a black girl.
She's not black, period. She's Indian. Both of her parents are Indian, like Indian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. But you see, that's why that lady I sent you the video on TikTok, she's saying what I always said. I never heard anyone say. I feel like America's like a circus.
That's because the people are so easily
I know. Like babies and pacifiers.
It's so easy to get people like moving from left to right and making them like lulling them into a sense of like false security, false insecurity, fear and joy, and like that's why you see this Beyonce got them dancing now. You know, dance music is it now. You know what I mean? It's like whatever they feel like doing, that's what they do, and then we just move with it, or we help them to move with it, because you know the Democratic system, the Democratic Party, they got control like Debo over niggas' minds. You know what I mean? You talk about the minute you say Republican or any kind of talking point that's Republican-esque, then you're an enemy. You know what I mean? Then you're subversive. You know what I mean? And even
I'm sorry, and do mention how, again, like we said before, Americans half the time they don't know what they're talking about. No. You ever see people go around with cameras? They're like, "What do you think of this guy?" Yeah. And they just make up a name, and then the person's like, "Oh, I don't like him. I think he's racist." And then it's like that person doesn't even exist.
Yeah, it's literally groupthink, and it's like all these like sound bites, like little sound bites. I asked somebody once, have you ever listened to Trump's full interviews? No, but they hate his guts though. But they never listen to anything he had to say, period.
Because America's the high school, and whatever Regina George says goes. That's high school. If we say that worms, he has worms.
Please have your own mind.
That's how.
What is going on here?
That's how it goes.
Have your own mind, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that goes program. That's the whole point. They're not supposed to have their own minds. It's supposed to be the program until this shuts down. And when I say shuts down, I mean when it gets to the point where Americans are like on their hands and knees, like, I need another loaf of bread.
Yeah.
All right, blood. You know what I mean?
And it's so crazy because
well, that's America. It's part of American culture.
So distracting, like utterly distracted. You know what I mean? What you want to do is just follow the crowd. Okay, so I saw this this like a social experiment on Twitter. It's from TikTok, but I found it on Twitter, and it's basically a bunch of people get into an elevator. I think pretty much everyone is an actor except for one person. You're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
She is an innocent passerby. Has nothing to do with this. All right. In the blue t-shirt, that is Nadia. She is an innocent passerby. Has nothing to do with this. Everybody else in that elevator, they all work for Would You Fall For That? They are all in on the experiment. They are all purposefully facing the wrong way. Nadia is facing the front. You can just see the back of her head, wearing the blue t-shirt. That's Nadia. She is facing the front of the elevator like a normal human being. Everybody else is facing the back. We're playing this to you in real time, no editing, as it actually happened. Okay, floor 2. Rebecca gets off, Emily gets on, she also works for us. We're swapping people in and out to reinforce the behavior. Emily's acting like it's the most normal. Oh, Nadia's turned. Nadia, okay, her bag is slipping off her shoulder. She's nervously playing with it. Nadia is now halfway round. Will she go any further? Emily gets off, Mike gets on again.
The girl in the red
Mike
keeps
works for the
looking.
show. Presses his button, faces the back like it's the most normal thing in the world, like he does it every day. Nadia is really feeling the pressure right now.
I'm not going to see anyone else.
Scott's making some small talk.
He was in celebrity rehab, I think.
She's looking towards the back of the elevator because everybody else is. Floor 4. Fourth floor, Mike gets off. Lauren gets on. Lauren also works for us. She's in. Oh, and Nadia has gone. The 4th floor, Nadia has turned all the way around. She's looking at the back of the elevator. That is not normal human behavior. Nadia is looking at the back of the elevator purely because everybody else is.
Tut, tut, tut. You see this?
Yeah, but you know what will make... I'm not going to lie.
All right.
Make it more
in the blue t-shirt, that is Nadia. She is an innocent...
Don't be face to face with her. If I had somebody standing me face to face in the elevator, I'm turning around too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she's doing it because everyone else is doing it. You see, at first she's like standing in the way that makes sense, and she's seeing everyone not doing it that way. And it just feels weird to be doing something that everyone else is not doing.
I guess so.
That's what happened. Because remember, she turned to the side, right? She turned sideways, so she wouldn't be face to face with us, and that was not good enough. When she saw that everyone was still facing all the way back, she turned all the way around.
I've seen stuff like that where they had people in a doctor's office, and every time somebody got called, everybody in the room stood up, and then everybody in the room sat down when the person went in the back. And every time a new person came in, they were like, do we all have to stand up? It was like, we're just doing what everyone else does.
Mm. And I saw another one where there was like a gas bomb came in, and everyone was acting normal. And the one that wasn't an actress, she was like, you know, shouldn't we all be getting up now? But she didn't, because no one else was like being... It was weird. Very, very weird.
Well, it's natural for humans to do what each other does. It's like ants. You know? Yeah, but we live in a world where it's like, it's not set up how it's supposed to be. It's not like...
It's not set up for you to hold on to your own mindset about things, you know. And not only that, it's kind of like survival almost too, because you see when they say about Black people, when if one Black person starts running, gets up and run, everyone else will get up and run too, because... and then ask questions later, because it's like instinct. It's like, you know,
yeah, because there must be a reason all these people are.
Must be a reason. But that's very dangerous thinking, and we're learning that now. It's like, that's very dangerous thinking to say, oh, there must be a good reason. Not all the time there's a good reason. Maybe you're just being manipulated.
Yeah,
you know.
But I'd rather run, because who knows, there might be water coming, some shooters. You know what I mean? Even if it's a joke, I'm going to run too.
Right, but you see, what if you're running, right? What if there's a chick running and another 2 chicks running, and you just start running, but they're like helping some captures to just capture you, just like that, because you're going to run right into an alley with them because you think that,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, you never know.
Coming.
Yeah. So it's like, you got to use discernment. You got to have really strong discernment.
You know what's going on.
Yeah. Yep. So I just wanted to show you that, when it comes to like, this is social coercion. That's basically, this is the greatest tool used against you. I saw that on Twitter. I had to retweet that because that was very powerful.
I learned a lot in school. Like one person would gang up on one person and then get everybody in it. Like the head person bullying someone. They would get everybody to do it.
That's like Nene Leakes in this goddamn College Hill episode. That's exactly what she did. She decided she wanted that room, and then she decided like a whole strategy to get Stacey Dash out of there.
That quick.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Stacey said, you know what, an ambulance just makes it look like I got sick.
Yeah.
But she probably really.
No, I think she wanted to get out of there, but she didn't want to have to like walk out or pack her stuff and stuff. So she just, figured out a way. Either that or she really was having anxiety. I mean, it was just a convenience, that she was feeling away. She didn't want to face everyone. She didn't want to have to pack up in the share room, and she don't want to pack up and like walk out with her in front of everyone. So it was just like convenient. She was already feeling some type of way about that whole decision. And then, because she was feeling away, she got them to call an ambulance. She's very dramatic. You can see she's very dramatic. So if she was feeling away, she would take it to the next level. Like,
yeah. Then the whole dance class situation.
Yeah.
I think Brittany was very nice.
I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. And you know what it is? It's that people have been giving her flavor ever since like people realized that she was a Republican. Like when people know that you're a Republican or that you have Republican views, especially if you're vocal, like, what's that girl's name? Cameron. What's her name? The black girl, the black girl that is, she's married to a white guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, she always has a problem with Cardi B and Cardi B a problem. Yeah, they always going between back and forth.
But you can kind of see why she has Candace Owens.
Yeah.
Candace Owens.
Yeah,
and you can kind of see why she has a problem with Cardi B's talking points, is because they're like kind of just using her as an example of blackness when she's like very much Spanish black, you know what I mean? She's a Hispanic, and so her views is slightly slanted, and then it's also she's very ratchet and hood. So it's like she's only representing a certain portion of the community, but they're using her as like this whole linchpin, and then a political like voice box as if she knows what she's talking about, which what's her name? Candace, doesn't believe so. I mean, what does she know really? You know what I mean? It's like as much as any of us know. It's like, and then they want to interview her as if she's like this whole correspondent, and that she has these very deep views, which she's not convinced that she does. So everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've stepped away from people being able to have their own opinion, which is very dangerous territory as far if you ask me, But that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I just wanted to show you that because it's real sick. It's real sick the way the society is set up, the way people have a group mindset.
Things like that. I just go with what I want. Like I'm that person. Like if I'm on a train, or if I see something that's off, I do what I think makes sense. And I've had people follow me. It's like, well, why are you waiting for me? Like, why you didn't think?
Yeah, because it's a follow the leader type of attitude that a lot of people have. It's like 80% of the society, if not 95% of people, are waiting for someone to lead them. They're not.
Because that's the kind of system.
That's what they're used to. I mean, it's the thing is that the whole parenthood thing. It's all about telling your kid what to do, what not to do, and not actually allowing them to make decisions. Only certain parents do that, Yeah. So they never learn that skill, how to make decisions for themselves, really.
Yeah.
And to critically think.
Rules and all of that. Too.
Yeah.
Especially you live in New York. Yeah. It might
You've
be
been
very
trained.
small.
Yeah. You're trained. And it's like, because they've created like this environment of danger, especially in New York, that's like, you have to follow the rules if you think you're going to survive, you know? It's like danger at every corner, especially if you're quote unquote Black, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So what's the next subject?
Okay, Justin Bieber. Confession and his vaccinated face.
Do you have the video for that I sent you for his confession thing?
I can look for it right now. It's on Facebook. I know it was the one I said, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Are we recording?
You want me to? Yeah, it's recording. You want me to pause it? I'll pause the recording.
If you want to. It shouldn't.
All right. So now our next story is about Ghislaine Maxwell, who's going to be facing 20 years sentencing for sex trafficking conviction, helping that disgusting creep Epstein.
I don't think it'll end in jail. Jail, phone calls, make certain moves, like connection. I don't think it'll end there.
I'm going to repeat myself because I don't know if it caught me. This next story is about Ghislaine, aka Ghislaine Maxwell, facing 20 years for sex trafficking, her sex trafficking conviction, helping that disgusting creep Epstein to get underage children and girls and models to be molested in that disgusting ring of sex trafficking amongst a whole bunch of other socialites that they refuse to name. But she's going to go to jail, apparently, so-called, and hopefully she doesn't die in jail. We're going to watch the report and see what else they've got to tell us. Yes.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine, yucky.
British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell is set to be sentenced today for her sex trafficking conviction in connection with the abuse of underage girls by late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Today's sentencing in a Manhattan courtroom comes nearly 2 years after Maxwell's arrest, capping off a high-profile case that stretched across several countries with allegations dating back decades. NBC News correspondent for investigations Tom Winter joins us now from outside the federal courthouse here in New York ahead of today's sentencing. Hey, Tom, good morning. So it's been about 6 months now since Maxwell's conviction, and as we just mentioned, there was a whole lot of drama leading up to that. Remind us, though, exactly what charges she was convicted on and what can we expect from today's sentencing?
Right, so it's a total of 3 charges that she'll face sentencing on today, including sex trafficking, the most serious one, as well as conspiracy, and then also transporting a minor across state lines for the purposes of illegal sex. And so those are the 3 things that she's facing today. It starts at 11 a.m. We expect it to last about 2 hours. 6 victims will provide their victim impact statements this morning. They've already provided some of those in written form. They're very graphic, very detailed, talks about the types of substance abuse issues, psychological issues that they've had at the hands of Ghislaine Maxwell in the years following their abuse. In one particular submission, Savannah, one of the victims submits photos from a hospital stay 2 times after she tried to commit suicide. She has pictures of those in her submission. It promises to be a very heavy morning.
Absolutely. Now, Maxwell's attorneys are requesting a lenient sentence, about 5 years in prison, and they say she's been a positive influence on other jail inmates. They've also said Maxwell shouldn't be sentenced as a, quote, proxy for Jeffrey Epstein. Tell us more about all that and how federal prosecutors are responding. What do you expect to see?
See, did she try to kill herself? Or did you try to offer because she's going to talk?
55 years. So it amounts to a life sentence. The probation department, they suggest 20 years, excuse me. Maxwell's attorneys are calling for approximately those 5 years. Probably not going to get 55, but certainly not going to get 5 either. That's at least what legal experts expect.
And Tom, Maxwell was placed on suicide watch last week. What can you tell us about that? And do you expect that that's going to impact the hearing
he
today at all?
deliberately associated himself with all these different celebrities, some of which were involved in it, some of which weren't, so that it gives like plausible deniability for everyone. You know what I mean? It's like you're amongst all of these people, but some of the people that you're with have like this special membership that you don't know anything about. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, if you mix them up, you
yeah,
can't
they
tell
mix
which
it
is
up. You
which.
can't tell who's who. Why would they all be involved? Think about it. Like, people don't think.
They don't have to.
Right, Savannah. So this came up on Friday. Apparently, she emailed the Inspector General for the Bureau of Prisons, which runs the facility where she's being housed in Brooklyn, New York, saying that she felt that staff members might be threatening her health. Then a psychologist questioned her and couldn't seem to get to the reason why Maxwell came up with that conclusion. They had some concerns that perhaps she was looking to be in a jail cell by herself leading up to today's sentence, which, of course, as I mentioned, carries the potential for a significant amount of jail time. They were concerned about her ability to harm herself. So that's what happened. There was some back and forth over the weekend. At one point, even her defense suggesting that today's sentencing could be delayed because Maxwell didn't have proper access to her legal materials. Turns out she was able to get that access. So we do anticipate starting on time at 11 a.m. this morning.
All right, Tom Winter, know you'll be watching for us. Thanks so much.
And that's not even the sentencing. We're going to go to where she was sentenced because she's been sentenced. That recording was done on the 28th of June, which was like a week ago. Yeah.
How close they are. And they weren't married. They're like friends.
They're like, ugh, she was just
associates, business partners.
There we go. She's been sentenced. What a creepy cunt.
The black eye.
You creepy, creepy cunt. That's what she's supposed to get in jail. You don't just
She
do
looks
that.
like a movie villain.
You don't just do that and just get away with it.
So gross.
Friend of the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has been sentenced to 20 years in prison by a court in New York. She was convicted last December of helping Epstein abuse teenage girls. Our North America correspondent Neda Tawfiq was at the hearing.
A long-fought victory for Annie Farmer and all of Ghislaine Maxwell's victims. Justice was slow. She was one of the earliest to report Maxwell and the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein to police in 1996. But today, Annie said it was never too late for
Oh wow,
accountability.
she got to
Maxwell
try
and
it. That's
Epstein were
good.
predators who were able to use that power and privilege to harm countless individuals, and for far
She's
too
been
long,
working
the
on this thing for
institutions
so
that
long.
should be protecting the public were instead protecting them. And I still hope that we find out more about how that was allowed to occur.
Maxwell did not look at her victims, but she did address them. She said she was sorry for the pain they had experienced. She also said her association with Epstein, who she described as a manipulative, cunning man, was the greatest regret of her life.
Her statement felt like a very hollow apology to me. She did not take responsibility for the crimes that she committed, and it felt like once more her trying to do something to benefit her and not at all about the harm that she had caused.
The court allowed others who were not a part of the trial to also confront Maxwell. The pain and anguish she caused was plain to see as several accusers emotionally spoke about the lasting impact of her crimes, such as Liz Stein.
She had a wonderful, full, beautiful life, and so many of us just didn't have a chance to have that. I think that the closure part of her sentencing is maybe the beginning for a lot of us to start having the life that we anticipated we might have if we had never met Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein.
The British daughter of the disgraced media tycoon Robert Maxwell ran in the most influential circles, rubbing elbows with presidents and princes. But in court, as she waited to hear her fate, she was supported by just 3 members of her family. Maxwell, her family says, plans to appeal. 20 years was less than prosecutors wanted. Nevertheless, they said it sent a strong message that no
I hope
one
when
was
you
above the
appeal,
law.
you end up with
Neda
more
Tawfiq,
years,
BBC
bitch.
News, New York.
Fuck that. How dare you? You're a woman. How could you do that? Ew.
All right. Justin. Here at Dopedilla, we're kind of fond of Justin. We like Justin. We don't got a problem with Justin. Now we know he made a nigga video, but we're letting it go because he was a kid. Sometimes kids do dumb shit. You know what I mean? And he looks soft and he looks like he needs a hug from a big-breasted black mama. So, and he's been through a lot. He's surrounded by niggas. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Little Justin. But
I really the one thing I don't like about the whole Justin Bieber, I don't know if it's him or his team or what, but he used to hang out with Lil Twist, and they all obviously they have weed and stuff like that. And there was an incident where they got caught with it, and then Lil Twist has to go to jail for it because obviously he's the black guy. That's believable. Yep. So he went down for it.
It's like with the other Justin.
Exactly.
Just like with the other Justin.
Exactly. It's becoming a ritual at this point. Yeah.
Paul Mooney, he said they want to be niggas until niggas shit get too real.
That's real. That's like even when you're not really a hood type of black person and you want to be hood until that shit start hitting the fan, baby.
Oh yeah, people be expecting you to get in fights. That happened. Somebody wanted me to get in a fight with him, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I didn't know you was fighting. What happened?
Yeah, that's like when I moved
like,
to.
Come on, you get her, I'm gonna get her.
That's like when I moved to New York and I had my last year of high school. I don't know why I went to that because I did not have to. I went to the last year of high school. And before I started school, this was still in the summertime, these girls from my neighborhood talking about, oh, we're going to fight these girls over at the school. That's the school I'm about to go to. You expect me to go over there and fight some chicks that I don't even know? I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing. No, I don't even know the girls. I just met them. Shoot,
that's what I'm saying.
They was there talking about, they're gonna take her phone and this and that. I'm like, girl, that sounds so stupid. I said, I'll be back. I did not come back. So why would I?
People like that, you can't sit there and tell them to their face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're gonna think you're pussy. But they still thought that. But it's like, bro, why would I go fight people that I don't know? Number one, and number two, at my school that I'm about to go to, am I dumb? So that I can go to school every day and get fucked up because none of y'all go to that school. That's stupid.
They wanted to see if you were dumb. They wanted to see if you were going to do what they said.
No.
Bully bitches. And I guarantee you that girl probably didn't know what was coming. Sometimes they go after innocent girls. You mad because your boyfriend likes me. Yeah. I don't even look at him.
Yep.
You know, stupid.
That's the type of behavior that they have. Not them, but, some hood chicks. That's happened to me before. Yeah, but we've gone off topic. Justin Bieber is, in this video, he talks about, this is a report that he talks about some things that occurred. And so we're going to go ahead and look at that. Off the heels of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, talking about all the things that do with aborted fetuses. And now we're going to be talking about Justin Bieber. It all comes together and all ties together with what we're about to play.
People violating people, trying to get ahead. Can't hear it.
You can't hear
it. That we spoke about on this channel multiple times. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another reaction on this channel, man. Today we are in tune for another very interesting topic of conversation, bro. As y'all saw by the title, this right here is going to be a very, very juicy video. Now, this right here is a topic of conversation that we spoke about on this channel multiple times, especially with the entire Lil Wayne situation. I told you guys that a lot of these artists, a lot of these people in the industry, they get, touched when they're first entering the industry, bro. That's like their initiation. We had videos of Lil Wayne exposing Birdman. We have videos of Lil Wayne and Birdman kissing. We have videos of a bunch of different artists coming out saying that they saw younger artists, upcoming artists, man and woman, getting physically violated in the process of their journey to becoming who they are now. I told y'all, different ranks require different initiation. If you want to be that top tier A-list celebrity, it's gonna take a certain type of dedication and initiation to make it to the next level. Now check me out, bro. I told you guys in the last video that I was going to be getting a mic. I literally, after filming that last video, went to get a mic. Hopefully the audio sounds a little bit better. I only want to produce top quality content for you guys. So if there's still a little bit of an echo, I'm going to try to work to fix it.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to boast about them. جاءكم أهل اليمن. The people of Yemen has come. They're sorry.
Fix that. And I'm going to have to, do something different. I'm going to have to get some pads on the wall or something like that. But let me know in the comment section how the audio is. All right. Today we have this video, Justin Bieber exposing, I can't really say that word, how they run the evil music industry, bro. Like I said, topic of conversation that we've discussed multiple times. Without further ado, leave a like down below, all right? Subscribe if you are new. Make sure I do turn on post notifications. Patreon linked in the description. On the Patreon, we speak about things more in depth related to this. We can actually speak fully in depth related to this topic. On YouTube, we can't really talk too much about it because you guys know how the censorship works. On the Patreon, we talk about everything. On the Patreon, we talk violating. We talk about everything. Models, we chicks with your doing, man. You see the title, Justin Bieber. Peas run the evil music industry, bruh. Just in case it's copyright, let me lower this a little bit. Justin Bieber told hundreds of people at a Bible study class in Los Angeles that he has woken up to the evils of the music industry and he needs to take a break from the industry because it is controlled by the absolute worst kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Can't really say that. Bieber has become a regular at the Bible study class held at the Montage in Beverly Hills, and on Saturday, 22nd of July, he shared what he described as a horrific story with the congregation and explained why he felt he had to quit his world tour. Now, if you guys don't know the path of Justin Bieber started off as a young pop star, very, very young, and he ended up taking a break from music for many, many years, and then became Christian. You know what I'm saying? He became Christian. Similar to what Kanye West is doing, but guess what? We have to expose Kanye West in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned. Have to expose Kanye West in his Sunday service, bro. Describing a party on tour attended by the upper echelon of the music business, including executive VPs of development, producers, power agents, and internal financiers, Bieber said he was encouraged to SABUSE, a young child, who had been brought to the party for gratification of the industry elite. So they were trying to get him to be a part of it as well. I didn't want to do this. Just in case that's copyrighted. They said this kid was deep. It was horrible. Bieber said, explaining that it was made clear to him that he would gain entry to the business side of the industry if he joined the club by passing the initiation rites. I want you to pay attention to that. Bieber said, explaining that it was made clear to him that he would gain entry to the business side of the industry if he joined the club. It wouldn't be a performer. I wouldn't just be a performer, I'd be a mogul. The path that would have opened up for me like it did for Jay-Z. It's the difference between being a millionaire and being a billionaire. It's a fact. But Bieber told the congregation that he couldn't do it. That's a fact. To join the club, I'd have to do bad things to this kid, but then I realized that even this wasn't enough for them. I'd also have to... Now on the Patreon channel, we talk about the process of these government officials and these celebrities. I'm not talking about A-list celebrities. I'm talking about, like he just said, the VPs, the executives, the people who own these record labels. They do sacrifices. They have blood rituals. They do these sacrificial rituals with kids. And what happens is there's this chemical released in the body right before you're going to pass. It's called adrenochrome. And that's what they do. They put these kids through fear. They do all these different type of acts, just like Justin Bieber explained, and then they sacrifice them. And then they consume their liquid, their blood. You get what I'm saying? And that's why you can see so many of these fucking celebrities 60, 70, 80 years old, and they look like they're 35. That's the chemical of the adrenaline. It's supposed to help you look younger. It's supposed to make you more active. It's supposed to. This is what they claim it to be, and this is what I've seen in different videos on like there's this websites like DuckDuckGo or some shit where you really could find all of the in-depth and secret videos that the world doesn't want you to find out. That's the type of stuff that we
and
react
put
to
it
on
that
Patreon.
go. I'm not gonna lie, they
Let's
might shut
continue.
off our internet. I said I want to go on there, but I know they'll probably shut off the internet again.
Go on what?
DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. He said that's where you go to see all the hidden stuff they don't want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got snuff on there. I'm scared to look it up.
DuckDuckGo is just a regular it's a regular browser. It's just a browser that's a bit more secure supposedly. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Just like it's just like Chrome, but it's just supposed to be more secure.
Hmm. Okay, I was about to say, thank you. I got nervous.
Bieber said he had heard rumors about this type of initiation in the music industry, but he had not been confronted with it before. I got told they secretly film these parties. Once they've got you on video doing something like that, they own you. Bieber said his conscience is clear because he didn't participate, but the fate of is haunting him. They said this kid was by a few different guys. They said he was bleeding. I got out of there, but I heard and that haunts me. There's certain words I just can't say, I'm sorry. The allegation from Justin Bieber adds to the wave of accusations made by celebrities and musicians about their real nature of the music industry and entertainment industry elite. Corey Feldman and Elijah Wood have both gone on record exposing. Oh, and that's the video that we're going to be reacting to literally today on the Patreon. I'm sorry I keep mentioning the Patreon, but it's like there's so much shit that I
don't want to die. Please.
want to post for y'all here. So much stuff that I want to actually speak to y'all about here. But there's this Corey Feldman and Elijah Wood. They both speak about it. They even tried to like press charges and everything like that against the people who violated them in Hollywood, but it never went through. But let's continue. According to Elijah Wood, innocent young lives are destroyed to satisfy people with parasitic interests who see you as their prey. In an interview on the Sunday Times, Wood dropped a series of bombshells about that run the industry. Nothing that clearly something major was going on in Hollywood. It was all organized. If you read the Washington Post or watch CNN, it's not a problem, and those who talk about it are in tinfoil hat wearing I don't know what that's. I'm illiterate for that one. But more and more stars are coming forward with similar stories about the depraved Hollywood and music industry system. In recent months, Nicole Kidman and Lindsay Lohan also spoke about in Hollywood. We're gonna talk all about this shit, man. Close friends of Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington claimed that the recently deceased pair were working on exposing the ring, working at the heart of the music industry, and it cost them their lives. That's a fact. If you're gonna expose them to that extent, they want you gone. Now, immediately. Hoy, ahora. Justin Bieber shocked his fans by canceling his world tour and announcing that he needed some time away from the music industry. But as more information comes to light, it appears that he made the best possible decision. And like I told you guys, he made that decision for a very specific reason. He made that decision for a very, very specific reason. Now I want you to pay attention. A lot of these artists are coming onto social media. You got YK Osiris, you know what I mean? Talking about the devils of the music industry. You got Woah Vicky, you know what I'm saying? You got Justin Bieber. You have a whole bunch of different artists who are actually coming out and to a certain extent exposing their contract. You got this world called Suki, whatever her name is, a female artist. You got Cardi B talking about facing demons after making certain type of music. I'm saying that to say this. A lot more people are coming out. The truth is getting exposed. But I want you to notice the trend of how all of these people are in the music industry for a certain amount of time, and once they reach a certain level, it's like they're gone. It's like, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. You got Kanye West, and we're going to talk about him tomorrow, who's out here nowadays, in my firm belief, worshiping false gods. We're gonna talk about tomorrow's video, his Sunday service stream that included Marilyn Manson. If you guys don't know who Marilyn Manson is, he is literally an open Satan worshiper. Everybody knows him to be very, very satanic. He's very demonic in his ways. And that is the same person that Kanye West had on the Donda premiere of his album, the Donda album premiere. Marilyn Manson was in that. He also had Marilyn Manson at the forefront of his Sunday service. Come on, bro. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. But look, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.
Okay, so that video was pretty juicy. So Ange told me about this video, and she sent it to me. We looked at it. I was like, this has to be on here. So the things the guy was saying, half y'all out there is probably like, it's total garbage. It sounds like Illuminati mess. Well, let me take you back for a second, okay? Because when we got the internet, people were putting up videos and this and that. People starting to learn more about what was going on. And of course, there's a lot of whistleblowers. It's like, yes, okay, they use the internet to talk. So these people were looking and the info got out. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, you're missing children and stuff are going somewhere. They ended up somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't say too much. But for you to think it's too far-fetched or whether think it's, it's a lie or whatever, it's on you. But this is what he's saying. And I just want you guys to consider this stuff. And me and Ange think it's very important, especially if you have a family or you have children. They're like, I want to get into this industry.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Not the only person.
And why Justin come out and just...
He's not the only person that said these things, So this letter that we saw read, basically, they say it's from Justin Bieber. They say it's from Justin Bieber when he witnessed a bunch of stuff that freaked him out, and that's why he went away for so long. And I you know what I mean? It's to me, it's not that unbelievable because he's not the only celebrity that has come forward and said like, wow, this crazy not so shit happened in the background that we don't know anything about. This satanic type shit. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just bringing it to light. We just showing you what we seen. You take with it what you take from it what you will. Believe it or don't believe it. That's up to you. But we just showing you what we seen.
I'm gonna say this is a fact. I'm not gonna say this what bothers me. So you're born into this world that's institutionalized as hell. And me and Ange was discussing now how everything is institutionalized. So everything is like a ticking clock. It's like we live in a machine. You would think people would start to pick up on the clues. You're sitting there going to church. They're telling you about these different entities. Jesus walked on water, this and that. And then when in real time, someone presents to you something that's off-putting, it's off-putting. And you can't handle it and you don't want to believe it. But I'm going to just speak for the children. I'm not going to argue with you guys because you guys like to tussle. So what I'm just going to say is, for the sake of the children, please be very careful, be very mindful. When you go on these interviews with these directors and stuff, don't leave a kid in the room. You heard what Jaguar said. I already knew that was going on. It's common sense. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of people out there that like kids. All right, let's break it down this way. We live in a planet full of crazy people that are committing crimes. What do you think happens when a lot of them get somebody? They're going to do what they want. They're going to manipulate. You understand? And that's what's going on. Wake up. Y'all just look at people make songs and, oh, their outfits are beautiful and this and that. It's like, hello, wake the hell up. But that's it. Just do it for the kids. You don't have to believe it. You know what I'm saying? These people are grown already. They've been through it. Justin's in there. I already knew something was going on because when he went live, it was very sad. And it was a live where he was taking questions and talking like he was in the camera, but he just looked like he got cursed out by his father or cut off. He looked sad. I was like, this looks depressing.
That time when he was on, when he released that record, and then it was like all these babies on his social media. You remember that?
Yummy.
Yeah.
That was for, and that was to help pump that song Yummy. You know, a lot of people were posting the song to it. I mean, seeing the video, who was playing the instruments when they came in? To me, that represent the voices of the children making music, but you don't hear what they're saying. You just hear music. Oh, Justin.
Yep. So, but we've seen now, you know, this is one story, and now it looks like Justin Bieber may or may not be facing some sort of consequences to revealing that information, as well as, you know, Cleo has this theory that the Yummy video was another way for him to expose what was going on. You know, that
but at the same time, it might be them doing it through him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. That's what I think.
They paid for that video.
Yeah, they like to talk to each other amongst themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, why? Justin Bieber ain't got no power to like make a whole video for himself. You know what I mean?
And the Yummy thing followed up Pizzagate. You know that? You noticed that, right? I mean, it is what it is. Y'all let them do it. You like how they don't even use Vaseline. But Angie and I say all that to say that we think something's going on with Justin based on what he did, because his face ain't right. And why ain't his face right? I guess we'll get into it.
Well, we know he's from Canada, and Canada had a very strict rule when it came to the schmack schmeen, and you had to take the schmack schmeen if you want to go in and out of the country. So, you know, this may or may not be the fault of the schmack schmeen, or it might be some sort of voodoo curse or some sort of targeted hit. We don't know. We leave it to you to decide, but we're going to go ahead and show you what's going on with Justin Bieber and why you haven't seen anything from him in the last at least 30 days. Since June 11th, he's posted to show what's going on with him. So take a look.
Okay, so that video was
obviously
was crazy.
as
I
you
want to
can
see more
probably
like
see
it.
from my face. I have this syndrome called Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear and my facial nerves, and has caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face. So for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows, I'm just physically, obviously not capable of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body's telling me I gotta slow down.
Listen, little boy. Listening, you
I
look
wanted
to me.
You took away your yummy little face. How about
That's
that?
it.
You want to open your fucking mouth and talk? Huh? Bitch? All right, cool. And he can't come in the studio until he takes that. And see, everyone thought you looked yummy. Now you don't no more. How about that?
Listen, it's deep. Because remember that guy? We did a story on that guy. That guy that was impersonating him and had all that surgery to look like him. That nigga got killed. He's dead. So you know what I mean? It's like you messing with the visuals. Forgot his name.
Who's dead? The guy that tried to look like him?
Yes, he's dead. You don't remember? We did the story not like quite a few.
I know he died. When did you find out?
Dead. We talked about it on the episode, Cleo. You gotta go back.
Oh wow! I'm sorry. Wow, it was a minute ago. No, I just remember looking at the video, but not reading that he was dead or anything.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What was the cause of death?
He died of like overdose or something in the hotel room or something like this. Pretty sure we talked about it on the show.
If we didn't,
Perhaps.
now y'all know. The guy that was trying to get all this surgery to look like Justin Bieber, he's dead. And now Justin Bieber, they took away his looks, man.
No, it's nothing. he still looks good.
He's still cute. He still looks good.
Yeah, he's got those nice deep set eyes.
He's a very
and some girls probably think that's
you
hot
got a
anyway.
whole paralyzed side on the face and you still cute. That's crazy. Like he was OD cute.
Nah, and when he takes pictures, they get perfect. Because he don't need to he has a set face. He doesn't have to open his eyes or anything. He has like deep set eyes. He's good.
Let's just hope
Justin.
he recovers. I hope the best for him because he was such a sweet guy. You ever see him with kids and stuff? He just
Hello.
husband material,
Yeah.
for real, but I feel like
Now we didn't get the nigga video.
The nigga video. I feel like he did that when he was so young that he probably didn't even know the depth of what he was saying. To me, I feel like at that age, you don't know how deep the things that you say are. You just know that it makes the people around you laugh. So you
Laugh, right?
So
exactly. Yeah,
proof
that's
is in who you actually hang out with. He was hanging out with black people, Jaden Smith and all that. If he was really racist like that, I don't think he would be. So
be surprised. Be right with you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know. People that are racist, they really show themselves after a while. You know what I mean? So it's like you wouldn't have this long time.
The one that really hate.
Nah, racist people, you could tell. It's like even if it's not them personally, the people around them, their parents and stuff, they'll do little shit or they'll advise them to not help you or to not be around you, and you'll see like them.
I've been around that.
You'll see it, but
I see when I go to the park when I take the kids. Sometimes the white parents, I've had times they grab all their kids, all of them just grab their kids and get up and leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, what your hate just did was clear park for me and mine. We have all the space we need to live and
Thank you.
Us. Those are videos.
Removing your riffraff self from our presence.
I was so ghastly afraid that I had to ask you to leave, and I just didn't know how. That's how I see it. And that's what it is.
Clearly, you know your place.
Yeah, my place.
No, not you.
Just don't know what's above
They know
your
their
head.
place. They know they don't belong. They must remove themselves here.
That's what I would tell a foreigner. They'd be like, what are these black people? They go and they leave. I'm like, well, they know their place. See, here in America, when black people establishment or anything, they know to clear the room. We don't have to tell them. That's how it works here. And then watch them believe me and manifest that realness themselves. They'd be like, you said that's what it was. Well, we got off topic, my bad.
Yes, it's all the topic anyway. But yeah, it's been quite a show. We went through a lot of stories here, from the abortion bill, being overturned this month, and
The baby's being turned over.
oh god.
Yummy. Got that yummy.
OMG. Well, she's not wrong. And yeah, so this is just it's a bunch of predatory bullshit, a bunch of nonsense. We started off fun, but it ended quite dark. And we won't apologize for that, because that is just the nature of the media and what we're being fed at the moment. But let's hope everything changes and we get more of the light and the joy and the love rising to the top and drown out all this darkness. But we must shine the light on the darkness so that it can then be revealed, so then we can clear the way for us all, right? Yes.
Hello. I know. Think of kids. I'm not going to keep saying it. I'm not saying it because I'm a mom. I'm saying because that's the right damn thing to do. Y'all got to start caring. You gotta care. Everything got to be everything. The kids, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the kids. Y'all care. I had a friend of mine, I told him how the future was going to be, and he was like, well, I ain't going to be here.
I hate
I was
that
like,
so
that's
much. Like these people are quitters and like suicidal people that are don't have the fucking balls to get the fuck out of here already. Like why allow everything go to shit just because you don't fucking want to be here? Just fucking dip. Seriously. Like you niggas is like, oh, I hope I'm not here because everything's going to shit. I hope we all die. Like, are you fucking like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Please go.
Yeah.
Please go, because we want to live. We about to be here. We staying.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
And it's a way to live. You don't know how to live.
Oh, get out of here.
You don't know how to live. No. Ugh.
Get out of here, man. You don't want to be here.
Cringey.
Go, sir. All right. Anyway, you guys, it's been fun. We are gonna go ahead and sign out for the night, and we hope you enjoyed the episode, and you come on back.
Yes.
Yes.
And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and then you have any questions, you need any advice or anything, let us know. And check us out on Instagram at CleoBadashian and LinaCreated. And Dopedilla Radio on Instagram.
And Dopedilla
and that's it.
YouTube. All right.
Yes.
Peace, sayonara, and arrivederci.
And behave. Later.
And then I said, shut the fuck up, nigga, past the Cavassier.
That's what, nigga. What, nigga?
You want to hear what you got to say, little nigga.
That's watching, little nigga. Matter of fact, pour my drink, bitch.
That's a motherfucker.
Tell your mom I said what's good, nigga.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Dope dealer, vote bigger than your nigga, you gon' feel